Hey guys, Sam Logan here. So what I'm going to do for the next 3 days is I'm going to go through my training session. So at the moment it's out of season, so I box. We're out of season, we're in this mad sort of lockdown period. So I've got a bit more freedom, a bit more liberty to sort of do what I want with my training. So I thought what I'll do is I'll show you what I do, sort of a 3-day cycle, or it'll be a 6-day cycle, but I'll show you 3 days of that cycle. So first day, I'll do something called like a primer. So it'll be hard work, but it won't be like crazily hard. Then on the second day, do a really intense day, intense session, which will be tomorrow's. And then on the third one, it'll be sort of like a rebound, so more of a recovery session. Again, still working on technique, things like that, but not going mental. And then it just cycles over. So I'm out off season at the moment. My weight's good. I'm about 2 kilos over my fighting weight. So it's a good time for me to have a mess around, do some things that I'm not normally able to do during the season. And so yeah, thought I'd show it for you. So what we're going to do, day one, is going to be assault bike. So I'm going to start with an assault bike. It will be 10-minute EMOM, so every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. I'm going to do 20 seconds intense work, and then 40 seconds just ticking over. So we're looking at building that aerobic capacity, which is with oxygen. So most sports and most movements, most training sessions you do will be like aerobic capacity. And so I'm building that, obviously really important for boxing, because anything over 15 seconds becomes the aerobic energy system. So it's really important that my aerobic capacity is good. So this is a good pacer, quite similar to boxing. So I do 6-minute fights. This is 10 minutes, 20-second bursts, 40 seconds just backing off. So really applicable for boxing. After I've done that, I'm going to go into my deadlifts. So today I'm just working at 60% of roughly 60% of my one rep max. So I'm doing 5 sets of 5 at 130 kilograms. So the reason I'm doing 5 sets of 5, so I'm looking to build power, looking to be nice and strong for my boxing, but I also want technique work as well. So for absolute strength, you're looking at 1 to 3 reps, sort of sets 4 to 6 roughly, or maybe even a few more sets than that. But I want to sort of sit at 5 sets of 5 for now. Gives me a few more reps per set, so I can, really work on my technique, make sure all my reps are solid, and just gives me that extra bit more work. So after that, I'm going into my cleans, so Olympic lifting, a bit more explosive. Obviously as a boxer, it's really important that you're powerful. The 2 most important movements for power, or 3 movements, would be clean and jerk and your snatches. So Olympic movements are really powerful. When we're talking about power, we're obviously talking about that combination of speed and strength. So that's why Olympic lifting is, in my opinion, the most superior lifts. You can do a deadlift and you can do it slowly, whereas if you do a slow clean or a slow jerk or a slow snatch, you ain't getting that lift, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be working at roughly 55 to 60% of my 1RM, which is, it's a good 50 to 70%. We're looking for, to really build that power in our movements. So I'm doing 6 rounds of 1 hang pull, 1 hang power clean, and then 3 power cleans. Nice and rapid, I'm looking to do these, which is why the weight's low. I've only got 65 kilos on the bar, and that'll be 6 rounds of that. Good rest in between each round. Then I will finish with 5 sets of 9 reps on pull-ups. So 5 sets of 9, so what's that? 45 pull-ups to finish. And then what I'll do after that is I'll just go for a sort of a 10-15 minute jog. Just get my steps in, get some calories burnt, clear my mind after a long day of business and programming and things like that. So that's how I'll finish my session today. So today's going to be sort of it's going to be intense, but I'm not going to be collapsing or nothing like that. And then tomorrow is going to be more intense. All right. So I'm going to get myself warm, get myself on the assault bike, and get going. bike done. Give that a big tick. 111 calories. So 111 calories there in 10 minutes. So not a mental pace, but obviously that bike gets you. Feel warm, feel good to go. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll lift before they do their cardio, and it all depends on your goal. So I always put my goal, my number one goal first in my training. For instance, as a fighter, yeah, it's important to be really strong and powerful and things like that, but I think it's probably more important in amateur boxing to be aerobically and anaerobically fit. So I like to prioritise that, and then I'll go into my lifting after. Also, I like to feel like really warm and ready to go when I'm getting to my lifting. So I don't really like starting off with deadlifts. You know, I know it's only 130 kilos and it's hex bar deadlifts, but I'd rather feel like, yeah, I'm pretty warm now, good to go. Let's smash the deadlifts out. So that's the reason I do it. Nutritionally at the moment, I'm on 2,200 calories. I'm 77 kilo at the moment, fighting at 75, and my protein intake is about 170 grams a day. So do that obviously when you're cutting weight as well. It's obviously really important to get your protein in. Number one, it keeps you fuller for longer, and number two, it just helps retain muscle and recovery as well when you're in a calorie deficit. So I'm on 2,200 calories at the moment, not a massive deficit. I've gone down to 1950, 1850 for fights before, so I feel pretty comfortable. I've sustained this throughout lockdown. I started at 81 kilo at the start of lockdown because I had a fight cancelled the day after lockdown, so went to 81 kilo. Now I'm coming down 77 kilo, touching in the 76s. But yeah, feeling good, feeling strong. So that's the small aerobic work done. Now I'm going into my hex deadlifts, 5 sets of 5 at 130 kilos, which is about 60% of my 1 rep max. Cool.
Question.
What is it?
Can you pick up Elsie's uniform?
Yes.
10 AM or
yes.
2 PM?
Tomorrow?
No, Monday the 13th.
Probably 10.
10 AM?
Probably, I don't know, don't definitely know.
I've got to email them tonight.
I'll tell you in a minute. Before I'm busy. Do I come into your classroom when you're at work? Do I come into your classroom at work and say, oh by the way, I've got a quick question.
Big the nose. Big.
That's the hardest bit about working out is right, so I've done my deadlifts, tick that off. So I've done my assault bike, my deadlifts. Now I'm going to my cleans. Now I just want to emphasize here, right, that this wouldn't be how I'd train if I was gearing up for the Royal Marines. I've actually got a Royal Marines app called Complete Commando. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Gears you up for all your pre-Royal Marines tests and ROP and Royal Marines training. At the moment we've got 53 people on it, getting really good results and stuff like that. But rather than me gob off, just go onto our Instagram or our Facebook, and then you can see what our members are saying. £9.99 a month, really worth it. Programmed scientifically, takes all the fuss out of your training, and it's individualised to you as an individual, because it works off week 1 test week. Whatever scores you get, it works from there. So check it out. I'll leave the link in the description as well. Alright, so I've done my assault bike, so I've done my aerobic work, I've done my deadlifts, so I've done like strength work. Again, it's only 60%, so I'm not proper taxed. You know, today is a primer session, right? So for tomorrow's gonna be a hard work. I'm gonna be doing a bleep test tomorrow for another video as well. Be sure to check that out. And now I'm going into my cleans. So we go in cleans at 65 kilo, so 55 to 60% roughly of my 1 rep max of cleans. At the moment I'm not the strongest right now just because of weight loss, and haven't really been doing too much Olympic lifting, just solely focused on boxing for the last year and a bit. So yeah, my clean at the moment is probably about, I don't know, 110, roughly around there. I'll test it at some point this week. And then, so I'm doing 6 rounds of 1 hang pull, 1 hang power clean, and then 3 power cleans with a good rest in between. 6 rounds through, and then I'll finish on my pull-ups. Any questions regarding your own training, you know, I'm happy to give good advice to you guys, especially if you're joining the Marines or the military. You know, I want good people joining, so I'm always happy to spend a bit of time. Apologies if I don't get back to you straight away. I've got 52 people on one program. I've got 20 to 30 clients in the flesh and online training as well, and then I've got 3 kids and a wife. So working at max capacity, but I will get back to you, I promise. And yeah, want you to get into the services as well. Alright, so I'm going to set myself up for my cleans now. Alright guys, so that's my clean work done. So 6 rounds of 1 hang pull, 1 hang power clean, and 3 power cleans. Form a little bit out of the window at the moment. Not out the window, but needs tightening up a lot. Yeah, could be a lot better. But because we're light, that's why I'm not going mentally heavy as well at the moment. You know, I'm not gonna smash myself when my form's not there. You know, I'm only just getting back into my Olympic lifting after a long layout because of my boxing. So yeah, so you know, happy with it. Watch the videos back, tweak some stuff, and yeah, start lifting a bit more. Really good for boxing as well. Obviously you've got to do it with caution, you know, get a coach and stuff. Don't just start smacking a bar over your head or start cleaning or snatching. You know, they're the most technical movements you'll do, in my opinion, in the gym. So you don't want to be messing around with those movements, or deadlifts or squats. You know, if you're serious about this stuff, serious about getting stronger or more powerful, you've got to invest in a coach. You know, some brilliant coaches out there. Powerlifting, my friend Colin Kelly, he's absolutely class, ex-Royal Marine. He led us. There's a group of us who broke a couple of world records for deadlifts for Rock to Recovery, which is a Royal Marines charity. So check him out on Instagram. He's called Fire Ant on Instagram, or just type in Colin Kelly. Absolute machine. He got 285 kilo on his deadlift the other day. Mental. Anyway, that's that done. Now I'm finishing with my pull-ups. So I'll do 5 sets of 9. You're thinking, why 5 sets of 9? So what I like to do in my own training is I started with 5 sets of 5, then 5 sets of 6, 5 sets of 7, 5 sets of 8, 5 sets of 9, and the idea is that each week just gradually build up until I'm doing, you know, 5 sets of 20 or whatever. So back in America, when I was on an exercise out there with the Royal Marines, me and my friend Sonny Wingham, we were knocking out 30 reps in a oneer. And so just sort of using roughly this technique. I think it's really good. Doesn't put you under too much strain. The problem with a lot of lads looking to join the Royal Marines and in Royal Marines as well is we're always trying to beast it every single session. So you might look at this session and go, well, that's a bit, I would expect more from a Royal Marine. But this is sensible training. This is smart training. I'm not beasting myself every single session. You know, that's not helpful to the body. It isn't about smashing yourself 7 days a week. This is clever training. Priming today, work very hard tomorrow, have a bit of a rebound session, and then the cycle continues. And I can do this. I'm 30 years old, no issues, knees, hips, anything like that. Fit as a fiddle. You know, bleep test, I'm looking at getting level 15 tomorrow, hopefully. 15.1 is what I want. So, you know, this stuff works. It's about training smart, not training like ridiculously. You know, I've done that in the past, and you end up just crashing. So it's about having the right nutrition, the right training, the right recovery. Get off Call of Duty. Don't stay on there any longer than you need to. I'm talking like 11 o'clock. Get your head down. Get in a book. Learn all that sort of stuff, and then get your head down. Wake up nice and early. I'd rather, to be honest, lads played Call of Duty first thing in the morning than last thing at night, because it stimulates you. You can't sleep. You're thinking about the next kill or whatever, like your next game. I mean, I haven't even played it for 10 years, so I probably sound like an old man, but just try and stay off the computers late at night. If you're serious about joining the Royal Marines, you need to make sacrifices. So anyway, I leave it to you. Do my pull-ups now, finish my pull-ups, and then a little 10-15 minute jog, just to have a little cool down and get the calories in, get the steps in. Happy days. Guys, that was the end of my workout there. So 5 sets of 9 pull-ups. Last set was pretty tricky. Didn't give myself as much time as normal in recovery. So normally 2 minutes in between each set. I was doing about a minute there. So yeah, it is what it is. Hope you like the video today. I'm off to do my 10-15 minute run now. Please like and subscribe. And if there's any videos you'd like to see, just put it in the comments box. Leave your thoughts and questions and stuff in the comments box as well. And remember to go over to my Instagram and message me if you've got any questions or anything like that. Cheers guys, thank you very much, and see you soon.